At the park, playing ring toss, my very first ring landed right on the school beauty's chest. The crowd around me immediately started hollering, "You hooked her, take her home, take her home." The school beauty looked up from her phone. "Who's got the guts to toss a ring at me?" Shen Nianshuang's gaze swept across everyone there like a blade, and the whole area went dead silent. Shen Nianshuang was basically a legend at our school. Her reputation ran so deep that even the Dean of Discipline supposedly walked the other way when he saw her coming. I dropped the 9 rings I had left and spun around at the speed of light, shoving through the crowd. Nope, nope, nope. Staying alive was priority number 1. The next afternoon, I was watching a game with my buddies when, of all people, Shen Nianshuang showed up too. The second I looked up, our eyes met, and for some reason I felt guilty as sin. I was already trying to slip away when a volleyball rolled up to my feet. Without thinking, I stepped on it to stop it. Then seeing Shen Nianshuang walking toward me, I panicked and kicked the ball away, straight into her temple. The air went dead silent. Everyone around us sucked in a breath. I just stood there, stunned. I only meant to nudge it aside so it wouldn't roll into her path. I had no idea the ball had a mind of its own. Shen Nianshuang swayed for a second, then clutched her forehead and dropped to a crouch. Her best friend marched up to me. "Underclassman, you just dug up Nianshuang's ancestral grave. You are so dead. Nianshuang never lets a grudge slide." Chao Yue's words chilled me to the bone. Everyone knew Shen Nianshuang wasn't someone to mess with, and I sure didn't want to be on her bad side. Done. Done. I was so done. Once she came to, there was no way she'd let this go. Half an hour later, Shen Nianshuang was helped to the school clinic, and since I was the one responsible, I was ordered to tag along. The doctor ran a full set of tests and gave the diagnosis. Mild concussion, possibly with temporary memory loss. I walked back into the room, holding the test results just as Shen Nianshuang woke up. She lifted her chin toward me. "Who's that? Why is she here?" Chao Yue glanced at me. "That's her." I rushed over and grabbed her hand. "Baby, you're finally awake, baby. I was so worried about you. If anything had happened to you, what would I have done?" "Baby, I've told you so many times, be careful playing ball, watch where you're going." My eyes welled up as I poured on a performance 300 times over the top. Shen Nianshuang and Chao Yue both stared at me, dumbfounded. "What did you just call me? Baby? You don't remember me? I'm your boyfriend. You told me you'd love me forever." Shen Nianshuang looked at me, then at Chao Yue. "Is that true?" I shot Chao Yue a look and gestured frantically behind my back. She caught on instantly. "Yeah, he really is your boyfriend." Shen Nianshuang scratched her head, looking unconvinced. She stared at me for a few seconds, then kissed me. Chao Yue got up and left the room. Now it was just me and Shen Nianshuang. Seeing the awkward look on my face, Shen Nianshuang scoffed. "Can't even manage one kiss for your own girlfriend? Are you lying to me?" I cursed her out 800 times in my head, but didn't dare show it on my face. I reached out, hooked my arm around her neck and pecked her cheek like a chicken. Shen Nianshuang froze for a few seconds, then reached up and touched the spot where I'd kissed her, face turning red. "You're really my boyfriend?" I nodded rapid fire like a chicken pecking rice. "Absolutely, for real." Shen Nianshuang reached out and touched my face, the gesture way too intimate, and my heart started pounding. She cupped the back of my head with one hand, her eyes dropping to my lips, her collarbone rising and falling. Before I could react, her lips were already pressed against mine. My mind went completely blank. Wait, this was the first kiss I'd been saving for 19 years, and it was going like this. I snapped back to my senses and slapped her on reflex. Shen Nianshuang casually licked her lips. "One little kiss with my own boyfriend and you get this violent?" I wiped my mouth with the back of my hand. "That was my first kiss." Before I even finished the sentence, Shen Nianshuang sat up, wrapped her arms around the back of my neck and kissed me again. I don't know how long it lasted before she finally let go, looking satisfied. "Sweet. Not bad." Shen Nianshuang picked up her phone from beside the pillow. "Being your boyfriend? Sure, why not? Only thing is, I'm not exactly the type to go halfway, if you catch my drift." So this girl hadn't lost her memory at all. Shen Nianshuang looped her arm through mine. "Come on, honey, let's go home with your wife." I was so furious I saw red. "Shen Nianshuang, you tricked me." I swung my leg to kick her, but she was faster. She caught my ankle without even looking. Even my cat at home is quicker than you. She set my foot back down and leaned over to tie my shoelace for me. You've got to be fast and precise when you strike, or you'll end up on the losing end. Got it, honey.
I know many of you think I'm AI. I'm not AI, but this is AI. Maybe in the future I'll get
I hurled my phone at the back
Maybe
of
in
her
the
skull.
future I'll get to work
Somehow,
less.
it was like she had eyes back there. The phone missed and she caught it smoothly in one hand. Thanks, I've been wanting to switch phones anyway. Shen Nianshuang strode off without looking back. You jerk. Give me back my phone. I gritted my teeth and chased her out of the hospital. But by the time I got outside, it was already dark and she was long gone. I stared up at the sky, speechless. Talk about losing the chicken and the rice. I'd lost my first kiss and a phone in one go. That woman. I swore I'd rip every hair out of her head. I stood at the hospital entrance for a while. Since Shen Nianshuang had walked off with my phone, I didn't have a single cent on me. The hospital was over 10 kilometers from our school. Walking back would take at least 2 or 3 hours. As I trudged along, cursing under my breath, a chill ran down my spine. Just as I picked up my pace, a few whistles came out of nowhere. A group of thugs appeared. Yo bro, walking alone at night is dangerous. Hand over your wallet and phone, let's be friends. I stepped back. My friend's right up ahead, don't try anything. The leader of the group sneered. Trying to fool us? Our guy's watching the intersection. The others laughed and my scalp went numb. The leader looked me up and down a few times, and within seconds they'd cornered me in an empty alley. In a flash, I heard a series of dull thuds around me, and the sound of a skateboard hitting the ground. Shen Nianshuang brushed the dust off her clothes and spat out a single word through her teeth. Scram, cops are on their way, stick around and you'll be spending the night behind bars. Right on cue, a police siren wailed somewhere nearby, and the thugs scrambled off in a panic. Shen Nianshuang crouched down in front of me, backlit, and held out her hand. You okay, honey? I turned my head away. None of your business. Screw pride. This was my man. If I didn't worry about her, who would? I tried to stand up, but a sharp pain shot through my ankle. I must have twisted it while running. Shen Nianshuang caught me. You sprained it. Don't move. I'll carry you. She hoisted my arm over her shoulder and half dragged me forward. I'll take you back to school. I stayed quiet. Shen Nianshuang glanced down at me.
What was your
Or I could take you to a hotel. No. She paused mid-step. Then to my place. My face went hot. I realized her scent smelled really good. I wrapped my arm around her neck and nuzzled in. Shen Nianshuang smirked and let out a low huff, saying nothing more. She took me back to her place and pulled out an oversized t-shirt of her own, tossing it to me. No men's clothes here. You'll have to make do. Wash your own clothes. I'm heading out to grab a few things. I took the shirt she gave me and went into the bathroom. After washing up, I stared at the snug t-shirt and hid in the bathroom, too embarrassed to come out. Hey, young Master Lu, can you hurry it up? It's been a whole hour. Shen Nianshuang knocked on the door, urging me along. I opened the bathroom door. Shen Nianshuang had one hand braced on the doorframe, eyes sweeping me from head to toe, laughing so hard she nearly doubled over. Then she pressed a small box into my hand. Wait for me on the bed. I watched her close the bathroom door and only then realized what she'd handed me. A box of protection, ultra thin at that. Wait, was that really what she went out to buy? The sound of running water started up in the bathroom, and my face burned red. When Shen Nianshuang came out of the shower, I was on the couch watching the news. Out of the corner of my eye, I caught sight of her, a towel wrapped around her, defined abs, long legs, absolutely stunning. When did I ever get lucky enough to see something this good? My gaze followed her every move, and I swallowed hard. By the time I snapped out of it, the pillow I'd been holding had vanished from my arms. Shen Nianshuang had one hand braced on the couch, the other cupping my cheek, thumb brushing the corner of my mouth. When did you start liking me? My cheeks burned like fire. I looked down. I want to sleep. Shen Nianshuang stared at me and let out a low chuckle. Sleep, or you want to sleep with me? You're that direct, huh? That one line left me completely flustered. The atmosphere turned awkward and charged all at once. How was I even supposed to respond to that? I kept my head down, not knowing where to look. Abs, waist, long legs, or the towel. Shen Nianshuang tilted my chin up, studying me closely, then leaned in. Her kiss was gentle and slow. I don't know how long it lasted, even through the fabrics. I could feel the heat of her lips. I grabbed a fistful of her hair, my whole body tensing. Shen Nian Shuang, wait. Before I could finish, an urgent knock echoed through the apartment. Nian Shuang, open up. I know you're home. The mood shattered, instantly. Shen Nian Shuang scrambled up, grabbed the clothes off the floor, and had me lie flat on the bed. Honey, stay down, don't make a sound, wait here. She threw her clothes on at lightning speed and went out. I heard the front door open and close from the living room, followed by a guy's irritated voice. Why did it take you so long to open the door? Did you bring a man home or something? Footsteps drew closer, then farther away. I got out of bed and hid. What on earth was going on? I silently cursed Shen Nian Shuang. Some cheater she turned out to be. The doorknob turned. I pressed myself flat against the wall behind the door, not daring to breathe. Xiao Jingchen, what exactly are you trying to do? Shen Nian Shuang's voice was ice cold, laced with irritation. Xiao Jingchen, the guy from the computer science department next door. No wonder his voice sounded familiar. My ears perked up. There was a long pause before he finally spoke. Nian Shuang, my girlfriend's pregnant. Wait, what? I leaned in, all ears. Another long silence. Shen Nian Shuang's tone turned impatient. She's pregnant, so let her have the baby. What are you coming to me for? I told you before, I don't have money, I already got my tubes tied. I nearly choked. Seriously? There was another long pause, then the sound of a struggle, and finally the door slammed shut hard. The living room went quiet again. Shen Nian Shuang's footsteps approached slowly and stopped right outside the bedroom door. My heart leaped into my throat. She lingered there a moment, but didn't come in. Instead, her footsteps headed toward the balcony. I let out a breath I'd been holding, thinking back to what had happened between us.
Boy, you should know what you're falling for.
But remembering that exchange with Xiao Jingchen, I got the sense that Shen Nian Shuang wasn't as simple as she seemed. I stood behind the door for a long while until I heard her footsteps coming back. I scrambled onto the bed and pretended to be asleep. The moment I lay down, Shen Nian Shuang opened the door and came in. She sat on the edge of the bed. Lu Huai. Lu Huai. She called my name softly a couple of times and kept my back to her, not daring to make a sound. She sat there for a few minutes before getting up and leaving. I heard the door close and finally relaxed, but the whole bed still smelled like her, and I couldn't fall asleep at all. Before long, the door opened again, and a faint scent of osmanthus drifted in. She'd gone to take another shower. Warm breath brushed against my ear. Lu Huai, the guest bed at my place is broken. Lu Huai, the living room AC is busted. Lu Huai, I want... Her voice was barely a whisper against my ear, sending a shiver through me, my heart pounding wildly. A moment later, she turned to lie down on the bed with her back to me. The room fell into complete silence, nothing but the sound of our heartbeats and breathing. She rolled over, then rolled back, over and over, before finally getting up and leaving the room again. I lay there in the dark, staring at the ceiling, counting sheep in my head, 1 sheep, 2 sheep, and eventually drowsiness crept in and pulled me under. In my half-asleep haze, the door opened again. Shen Nian Shuang must have come back in. This time she said nothing, just lay down quietly beside me. Still half asleep, I rolled over, and a slender hand rested on my body. Something soft pressed against my back. Even through the fabric, it felt scorching hot, a searing kiss landed on the back of my neck. It tickled, but I was too tired to open my eyes, thinking it was just our dog messing around. Silly dog, stop it, I mumbled, reaching back to scratch my neck before rolling away again. Her hot breath grazed my nose, and I turned my face away. Shen Nian Shuang, my throat... Before I could finish, a sudden, jarring ringtone shattered the silence in the room. We both stared at each other, wide-eyed. The phone rang for a solid 10, 20 seconds before stopping, only to start up again almost immediately. Shen Nian Shuang frowned, probably thinking it was urgent, and put it on speaker. Nian Shuang? Xiao Jingchen's voice came through, choked with tears. Shen Nian Shuang's hand jerked, and the phone did a perfect backflip through the air. She glanced over at me, and I quickly shut my eyes, playing dead asleep. Shen Nian Shuang covered the receiver and stepped out of the room. 10 minutes later, she came back in, washed up, and got dressed. I've got something to take care of. I'm heading out. After she left, the room went quiet again. I don't know when exactly I finally drifted off, but that night felt longer than any other night in my 19 years of life. I woke up the next morning with the sun already high in the sky. Shen Nianshuang wasn't home. I threw on my own clothes at lightning speed, didn't even wash my face, and rushed straight to school, only to run into Shen Nianshuang and Xiao Jingchen right at the school gate. They were both 2 hours late too. Right as I was standing there feeling awkward and speechless, Qiao Yue appeared out of nowhere. "Hey, where's my $500? I glanced at her for a couple seconds. $500? How about 500 slaps instead? She took a step back. Underclassman, that's cold. Our girl Nian Shuang is quite the catch, and here you are burning bridges. Before she could finish, I stepped forward and grabbed her hand. Senior, you've got it wrong, you're the one I like. The air went dead silent. Shen Nianshuang's gaze turned sharp as a poisoned blade, locked on my hand holding Qiao Yue's. Her expression darkened. Xiao Jingchen stepped up and pulled her by the arm. Nianshuang, let's go. After the two of them left, Qiao Yue looked at me. Underclassman, that wasn't a joke, was it? I actually believed you for a second. I let go of her hand. I'm just kidding. Figures? Just another one of your little games. I'll treat you to a meal sometime to make up for it, I said, already running off toward the school building. The moment I walked into class, Xu Yang came up to me and lifted my sleeve to inspect it. Lu Huai, Senior Shen didn't hit you, did she? No. She thought for a moment. That's weird. Knowing Senior Shen's usual style, you should have come out of that half crippled at least. I ignored her and got up to fill my cup with water. She followed right behind me. Lu Huai, after everything you did to her, you walked away without a scratch. How? Seeing me stay silent, she leaned in.
I gouged out my own.
Is there internal damage?
My dad,
Wait, don't
who
tell
was
me.
actually...
I choked. Bro, I'm not that kind of person. She looked me up and down. So it's that whole box of love letters then? Want me to help deliver them to Senior Shen for you? Her face turned red. Don't be ridiculous, I'm not mentally prepared for that yet. Over the next few days, I didn't run into Shen Nianshuang at all. Maybe I was avoiding her, and maybe she was avoiding me too. That Saturday, my sister called me in a panic to come help out at a friend's gathering, and as it turned out, Shen Nianshuang was there too. The moment I pushed open the private room door and saw her, I turned to leave, but my sister caught me immediately. "Honey, over here!" Every eye in the room turned to me, Shen Nianshuang included. Embarrassed, I had no choice but to force myself over and sit next to my sister in front of everyone. "Baby, love you so." Much the second I said it, Shen Nianshuang slammed her cup down hard on the table. Xiao Jingchen, sitting beside her, stood up with a dark expression and stormed out. Had I just made my sister's ex mad? I wasn't sure, but Shen Nianshuang's so-called rumoured partner sure looked like he'd fled the scene. The room went dead silent until Shen Nianshuang chased after him and things went back to normal. To keep up the act as my sister's perfect boyfriend, I turned to make a break for it, but she blocked my path. "Lu Huai, just how many babies do you have?" I wasn't in the mood to deal with her. She kept closing in. "Do you even know him? And you're just gonna be with him?" I lifted my chin and met her stare. "What's it to you? Senior, are you drunk? This isn't your business." "Not my business? Since when do I not get a say? What are you to me anyway?" Shen Nianshuang's face darkened. "We've slept in the same bed." Those last few words came out low, meant only for the two of us to hear. That line had me laughing at first, but the next second I couldn't laugh anymore. My sister, who I had no idea had come up already, was standing about 2 meters behind Shen Nianshuang. Before I could even open my mouth to explain, my sister came storming toward me, hands already swinging. Shen Nianshuang moved fast and stuck out her leg, tripping my sister flat. "What, you actually care about her? It's not that, she's my sister. If you dare say one more word defending her, I'll shave her head bald." "She's not, she's my mum, actually." To keep my sister's hair intact, I shut my mouth immediately. I tried to help my sister up, but Shen Nianshuang blocked me. "From now on, wherever you touch her, I'll make sure she gets hit there too." What is this, some kind of gang boss thing? Fed up, I kicked out at her and caught her right in the shin. Shen Nianshuang, caught off guard, groaned and dropped to the ground. I stared at her pained expression for a second, then stepped past her to help my sister up. Before we got 2 steps, Xiao Jingchen showed up. I wasn't close with him, we just knew each other through the same club. He pushed past me and helped my sister walk off. What in the world was going on? I looked back and forth between my sister and Xiao Jingchen, already halfway to the stairwell, and Shen Nianshuang, still crumpled on the ground looking half dead. This was a lot to process. My brain was practically overheating. Some girlfriend you've got, fighting over her with another guy right in front of me. My leg's gone numb, help me up already. Shen Nianshuang stretched her hand out toward me, staring at me with pleading eyes. I looked away, in no mood to deal with her. Ow, it hurts. I'm dying here. Shen Nianshuang started groaning theatrically, face all scrunched up. I strongly suspected she was faking it, but watching her act like that made even me wince in sympathy. I went over to help her up. Where does it hurt? She glanced at me, her expression stiffening for a second, then leaned in, ears going red, and whispered, "Come home with me and I'll show you." My eyes went dark as I glanced down at the shin she'd been clutching. She used the moment to sneak a quick peck on my lips. I glared at her. Shen Nianshuang just shrugged. We've already slept in the same bed together, might as well live up to the reputation. Having the name without the game would be such a waste. I was at a loss for words. Where did people this shameless even come from? I took a deep breath. Are you walking or not? My leg's numb, I can't. I had no choice but to carry her. Damn it, Shen Nianshuang, you look thin, but you weigh a ton. It took everything I had to lift her up. Carrying her felt like hauling a mountain, my legs shaking the whole way there. By the time we got to her place, it was already late. Remembering what happened last time I was here, I felt a flush of embarrassment. Shen Nianshuang stared at me for a few seconds. You're sleeping in the guest room tonight. Wasn't the guest bed broken? It's fixed now. Then I'll go sleep in the master bedroom. I don't want to sleep in the master bedroom, I want to sleep with you. I was completely at a loss for words at how blunt she was being. The living room fell into silence, the atmosphere awkward and charged all at once. I don't know how long passed before I finally broke the quiet. Is Xiao Jingchen your boyfriend? Before I could finish, a knock sounded at the door. Nianshuang, open up quick! Speak of the devil. Shen Nianshuang scoffed and ignored it. A few seconds later, the knocking started again. Open the door, you little brat, it's me! It was my sister's voice. My sister was here too. Oh no, if she found out I was with Shen Nianshuang, there went my allowance for the next 6 months. I quickly tried to smooth down my hair, which Shen Nianshuang had messed up earlier. Maybe I should hide, but it was already too late. The moment I turned around, the door swung open. Shen Nianshuang looked at my sister. Luwan, was I not rough enough on you last time? She cracked her knuckles. My sister took a small step back. Where's my brother? Ask your future sister-in-law. I'm just here looking for him. Why would I? My sister's words cut off the second she spotted me. Lu Huai. I had no choice but to step forward. Sis. Before I could finish, Shen Nianshuang's face soured worse than if she'd swallowed a dead fly. What did you just call him? Before I could answer, my sister yanked me over to her side. Seeing how sour Shen Nianshuang's expression had gotten, my sister's confidence surged. Shen Nianshuang, you like my little brother. You want to be my sister-in-law. Not in this lifetime. I'm like a mother to him, and I absolutely do not approve. Shen Nianshuang's face turned impossibly dark. Her lips moved, but all that came out was one word. Sis, you could call me Grandma, and it still wouldn't matter. I'm not approving this. I'd rather approve of her marrying a dog than marrying you. Shen Nianshuang's lips moved again, but nothing came out this time. Wait, sis, why do I feel like you're insulting me right now? My sister shot me a glare and dragged me away. You ungrateful little punk. Sis, gentle, gentle. In the car, my sister said nothing the whole ride. Xiao Jingchen was quiet too. I sat in the back seat, not daring to make a sound. Partway through, Xiao Jingchen got out of the car, and the atmosphere inside got even more tense. The moment we got home, my sister asked me when this all started, and whether he'd forced me into it. I shook my head fast. No, it's not like that. My sister's already unhappy expression darkened even further. So you're saying you did this willingly? Before I could respond, she pulled me into a hug. This is all Sis's fault. Sis didn't take care of you properly. My sister's crocodile tears had me completely at a loss. I changed the subject. Sis, isn't Xiao Jingchen your ex? My sister's expression cracked into a smile. We're back together? Wait, are you actually pregnant? My sister cut me off before I could say more. What are you trying to say? Nothing. Nothing. So what's the plan? We're getting the marriage certificate first. I want to keep the baby. Turns out, listening to half the story really can get you in trouble too. Xiao Jingchen was actually Shen Nianshuang's cousin, not her boyfriend, and it was my sister and Xiao Jingchen who were the actual couple. Whatever happened between them must have gone down on Shen Nianshuang's birthday that night. It was almost funny. My sister and Shen Nianshuang had known each other for years, and in all that time my sister never knew Xiao Jingchen was Shen Nianshuang's cousin, and Shen Nianshuang never knew my sister even had a young from having any contact with her, and even blocked and deleted every trace of Shen Nianshuang from my phone's contacts. Over summer break, I travelled overseas with my parents, and only got back right before the new semester started. The next time I saw Shen Nianshuang was on the first day of the new semester in the history elective class I loved. She sat down right next to me. She followed an inch further. Eventually I was pressed against the wall with nowhere left to go, and she was still right up against me. The professor up front was going on, but I didn't catch a single word. Shen Nianshuang leaned on the desk and stared at me for the entire class. For the stretch of days that followed, Shen Nianshuang trailed me like a shadow, outside my classroom, under my dorm building, at the cafeteria, at the library, on the sports field. Every day there was some different breakfast waiting on my desk, my favourite snack sitting in my drawer. Whatever caught my eye would show up in front of me the very next day. She won over all my friends just to pry information out of them, where I went, what I liked, my shopping cart, my daily routine. Shen Nianshuang kept this up for an entire semester, all the way until the night before winter break. Xu Yan had finally landed her crush and invited a bunch of us guys out to celebrate. Right as we were about to dig in, I got a call. Shen Nianshuang had tried to stop my sister's car, and my sister couldn't brake in time and clipped her. We rushed to the hospital, and thankfully the checkup came back fine. By the time we got back to Shen Nianshuang's place, it was already really late. The moment we walked through the door, Shen Nianshuang pulled me into a hug. "You landed the ring on me, so it's you. When do you want to get started?" I didn't catch on right away, my face already burning hot. "How about tonight?" Shen Nianshuang's eyes lit up. "Okay, then let me shower first. Water's already warmed up for you." Shen Nianshuang handed me a set of pajamas. "I'll go pick up a few things." One more question hit me. "When exactly did you start liking me?" "Before you ever liked me." "It's a long story, I'll tell you sometime when we've got time." Walking into Shen Nianshuang's bathroom again, I noticed all the toiletries had been swapped out for matching couples sets. "Used to it?" she asked, and I felt my face flush red to the tips of my ears. "There's no me and someone else, just you." "Then I'll buy another box." "I'm worried one box won't be enough." Shen Nianshuang smirked. "Guess we'll find out." Back in the bedroom, one more question crossed my mind. "Did you really get your tubes tied?" Shen Nianshuang caught my hand. "For real or not, want to find out?" "Find out how?" Before I could finish, my mouth was covered and the rest of my words got swallowed whole. Turns out one box really wasn't enough. We'd already gone through it by midnight. She teased me mercilessly the first half of the night. But by the second half, she wasn't laughing anymore. She was the one who ended up in tears. After all, 20 years single is no joke.